Leo, hello, Amanda here. Thanks so much for joining me on Patreon. For those of you who are new, welcome to the patronage. And for those of you who are returning, I thank you for continuing to support this work and being on this journey with me. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So Leo, I think you're in some kind of a situation that may not be the best thing for you. And I don't think you can really conceive of a way out of it or see a clear way out of it. I think you're feeling like real up in your feelings and maybe a little lost, maybe a little blinded as to how to get out of this or how to move forward. Again, Eight of Swords, these are like limiting a limit in your perception, your ability to perceive beyond your current circumstances and see alternatives and see possibilities. And so as a result, it's like higher powers are trying to speak to you. This is a celestial message. That's what it keeps coming through as, this like literal angel. I don't always take these cards super literally because they're like, the imagery is pretty Christian in its nature and I tend to get like all sorts of other things. But man, this is speaking to me very clearly of like higher guidance, really trying to get your attention through your heart, like tugging at your heart, speaking to your heart, Leo, you know, like, and I heard the message very clearly. We want you to be at peace. We want your heart to feel peace. And it's like, you're just like trying to stay at the surface and gloss over things, just like going about your day, looking through a magazine, and all of a sudden, boom, it's like something jumps, like a fish jumping out of your cup or something jumping off the page at you. And it's like, I think it's like an astounding moment when this message comes to you, and it is a message about how you can start over, how you can have some sort of new beginning that moves you on from maybe a not so great situation into calmer waters, because this is essentially the end goal this month, is getting you to take the thing you're trying to nurture and move on. Move to safety. Let's get into it. We're going to use the Aquarian Tarot here, Leo. And I'm going to start by asking about the Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. What is this message that is like so clearly trying to speak to your heart? Maybe this is a message being delivered through another person. Like maybe someone's coming to you and confessing their love. I don't know. But there's a clear message coming through for you to hear. What is the message for Leo? You had one card turn out immediately. We're going to see it. Yeah. It's the Sun. It did come out in reverse. This is your card, pal. Leo energy, you know, it's like, I'm feeling like not only we want you to be at peace, but we want you to be at your best. We want you to be at your most powerful. We want you to be in a place where you can truly shine. Like you know, truly shining and truly being yourself and fully expressing yourself. We want you to feel joy. We want you to feel happiness. We want you to be in the light of the sun where you can see everything clearly. It's like something needs to be illuminated to you because you're not, look, the sun came out to clarify the message that's coming forth to you because you, Leo, I think, the Leo I'm picking up on, you are in the energy of the moon. You can't see. Eight of Swords, moon, you're stuck. Like you can't see the way forward, maybe because your emotions are, you know how, you know, that mental emotional connection sometimes can leave us in these loops and we can't see out of them. And it's like this message is like bursting in with the light of the sun to illuminate you. It's interesting that we have the sun and the moon here because that's eclipse energy, you know, the dance of the sun and the moon that they do when they cross over one another. And change up the light. The changing of the light in an eclipse usually brings big revelations. And again, we're having an eclipse on the 21st of June, that Cancer eclipse at the summer solstice. Then we're having an eclipse to start off July, on July 5th in Capricorn, the lunar eclipse in Capricorn, full moon eclipse. So it's like big revelations here, Leo. And here it is, like bursting on the scene. This is it. This is the illumination you've been waiting for. You know, it's like, we need you to get the message. We need you to get the message that it's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to be at peace. It's time to move on. You know, and again, that's going to mean something different for everybody. So what's the blockage here? Moon, the Eight of Swords. What is the blockage for Leo? Why is moving forward, taking action, and feeling free to do so? Why does that feel like a blockage? Is it because of COVID? I'm wondering. Am I talking to someone? Because these two cards are really, they're the two cards in the tarot that indicate physical movement or travel or like changing locations in some way. So we could take this literally. And it could be that you're experiencing some fears or blockages around like feeling like you don't have the freedom to move. Maybe because of COVID, or maybe because of something else like money. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's like, I can't move, you know? The pup just came in. Tippy tappy, tippy tappy. Why do you feel like you can't move? Because this is essentially what I'm looking at. This is the energy clarifying the Eight of Swords and the moon. You can't see a way forward. That's the blockage. There's energy, there's momentum here trying to push you, trying to send you off. And it's like, you're like not seeing it for some reason, maybe. Let's see what else we can get about this. Clarity on the Eight of Swords and the moon energy. What is stopping Leo? Eight of Pentacles, something about work, maybe? Work seems to be stopping you. Like, you know, the Eight of Pentacles talks about the things we devote ourselves to energetically. You know, this is Virgo energy. So it's like when a Virgo commits themselves to something, sometimes to a fault, they're like, I've got to see it through to completion, you know? And it's like, do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Because there is energy behind you, I think, trying to get you to move. And you're like, no, but I have to focus on this. And what's also interesting about that Eight of Pentacles energy, the Virgo energy, it can be, not always, but it can be a little short-sighted because sometimes it gets really honed in on the details, you know, because Virgo is a very analytical, very focused energy, and it can get real honed in on some details or like the more micro experience. And it can have a difficult time lifting up and seeing the bigger picture. And then it's like, once you do that, often there's like a revelation of like, oh, I was so focused on this, I was missing that glaring, massive thing, you know? So that could be part of this energy, because I'm getting such an energy of like this, the message is trying to like beat you over the head with it. It's like, dude, how many more times do we have to tell you about this? Or, you know, again, this could be talking about a message that's trying to get you to move on from your job or move on from a way of working and move, you know, or move on a job that, you know, you want, something like that. But whatever it is, it's like something you're dedicating your energy to. But again, it's like commitment. Like, I've committed to this. That's the energy I feel, is like, I've committed to this. And it's like, Leo, what does that even mean? Like, that's a mental block. I've already said I would do it. You know, like, that's kind of the energy, is like, well, I already said I would do it. But it's like, if it's not right for you, or if it's like actively putting you in danger or actively hurting you in some way, like, why? You know? But you're like not wanting to move on. I don't know. Let me see. Let me get some clarity on the Six of Swords. Why is Leo being asked to move on? Okay. Y'all. If one more angel comes into this reading, I'm like, somebody has angels like all around them. Somebody, maybe a passed on loved one or a guide or someone who watches over you. There is this guardian angel energy trying to get you a message big time. This is my card for the unseen hands. This is Temperance. This card from this deck in particular is the reason I named my business what I named it, Unseen Hands Healing, because this card spoke to me that this is the unseen hands. This is that like celestial unseen presence at work. Look at the angel wings behind the scenes, doing that divine alchemy behind the scenes that we can't see with our eyes. But Leo, dang, you gotta be able to feel it. When it's coming through in the reading this, with presence this strong, I'm talking to a Leo who is already or is soon going to be feeling energy like this. And if that's not you, then this is not your reading, you know? But it's like, this divine presence just filling the card with this massive higher power coming in and trying to move you to safety, being like, you need to go, you need to move on, whatever that means for you. Maybe it's a physical move, maybe it's leaving a job, maybe it's leaving a partner, maybe it's moving on from just like a situation that's not right for you emotionally or whatever, but it's like, you know, you need to get out of Dodge and get to a safer waters here. And that angel is like not messing around. And what also came out with that is the Queen of Swords, which talks about boundaries, protecting your heart. This is about protecting your heart because, again, the energy of the Ace of Cups is like, we want you to feel at peace, and you should, Leo. You deserve that. You deserve to feel that emotional peace. And like heart nourishment, gosh, if I talk about like the true nurturer to y'all one more time, y'all who've been my patrons for a while, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're new, go back and look at the Leo readings for like the last year, basically, because they're all talking about gaining an understanding of what nurturance actually means, what it means to be actually nurtured by someone. This is boundaries. This is the angel coming in and telling you to say no, telling you to protect your heart, telling you that if something doesn't feel right emotionally, it's not right, right? If something doesn't feel right in your chest, in your gut, you need to be I just saw 1414 on the clock. This is the 14th card in the tarot. Y'all, the angels, okay? I don't normally go this route so intensely, but I'm serious. You need to protect yourself and quite possibly somebody else or an asset of yours or something that you are nurturing, protecting, growing. You gotta say no. You have to maintain your boundaries that are there to protect you. Again, I don't know if this is COVID related. I don't know if this is more of like emotional relationship thing. You know, frankly, it's going to be different for all of you. But whatever it is, it's like this is a clear directive. You are not, your heart is not safe or whatever in this situation. And when you know that, when you feel that, it's time to go. Illuminated Earth Oracle, pal. And the thing is, this message is trying to show you the way. It's like the sun is like a flashlight in the middle of the dark night where you can't see. The sun is like a beacon being like, it's right here. We're clearly trying to give you the opening here, okay? Don't let like work commitments stop you. I keep feeling that for somebody, like don't let work commitments stop you from moving in the direction you know you need to move. Like that is just absolutely silly. You can always get another job. I realize that's not easy. I'm gonna say this. That is not easy for everybody. That is not that flippant of a thing to say. I know that. Especially in the pandemic, especially during these times. But again, like the level of intensity that I'm feeling here, like it is not worth compromising your physical, emotional integrity to stay to something. You know, you need to think outside of what you've committed to and think about other alternatives, I think. Okay. Advice for Leo in July. I'm hearing this is only the tip of the iceberg, and it doesn't feel so good. It's like you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, or you only want to see the tip of the iceberg. Like, dude, 70% of that thing is under the surface. There's also something about like wanting to stay at the surface. Oh, I'm just like flipping through magazines, like everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden you turn the page, or you turn and remember how I said you need to look underneath of something? You need to look at the underbelly or like underneath of the rock. Turn and look underneath of it, and it's like there's something underneath that's concealed. I think that's why this like larger presence is like, Leo, right? And it could very well be that this is your subconscious trying to speak to you through, you know, that intuitive psychic knowing through unusual means. What else do you have for Leo in July? Your readings are always so intense. Getting a weird energy around this. Again, it's connected to the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you are letting like money. I don't normally feel money with abundance, like only money. But it's like, I think some of you are letting money crowd your view or limit your mind, limit your thinking into like what's possible for you. Because you're like, well, I need to make money. It's like, at what cost, right? What else for Leo? Yeah. What has been below the surface must now erupt. This is like the logical step. It's concealed and it comes to light. It comes to light, and I'm telling you, I'm feeling the eclipses. Between the eclipse at the end of June and the one at the beginning of July, it's like bam, bam, double whammy. You're gonna get the message, I hope so. Because it feels, whatever it is, feels real clear here. Interesting, I just grabbed the liminal space deck and this fell out. Check to self. That's going to be for some folks, especially around the money thing I keep feeling of like, oh, well, I've committed to this job and I've done this. It's like, value yourself over a paycheck. Like, what is a paycheck? What does value actually mean? Venus retrograde in Gemini. Like, what does your value actually mean? How do you conceive of your worth? Again, it's like, is it worth going through all of this for a paycheck, or just simply because you've committed yourself to something? Like, what about paying that check to you? It says pay to self, paid in full. Like, invest in yourself. Leo, what's the advice for Leo here in July? Transformative times, my friend. Yeah, exactly. You're going about your day, ones and zeros, ones and zeros, ones and zeros. The pattern is usual, the pattern is usual. And then all of a sudden, glitch in the matrix. A fish jumps out of a cup and it's like your fabric of reality shifts because it is trying to get your attention that strongly. I think there's one more. So be it. Another coin. It's like, this is the choice. This is the decision. Making a strong choice. So be it. 11 cents. Something seemingly impossible. Maybe something that you've put into motion a long time ago, or something that you wished for. I don't know. Okay. Leo, we're getting you a doors card here. What's the doorway that's opening for Leo? What is the door opening for Leo in July? Some of y'all's birthday month. I didn't forget. Okay. What is the door opening for Leo in July? Totally. It says destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. If doors are closing for you right now, okay, Queen of Swords, poof. Trust that it's for your own protection. Trust that it is because something else needs to open up and unfold. Trust that this is destiny, because again, like the energy here of that like celestial presence, it does feel like you need to be moved on to where you're supposed to go now. There's another door for Leo in July. Okay, I think you got this before, maybe. It's Leo energy, I love it. Morning memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course, destining again. The morning dawn, our inspired source. And it says meditate under the sun. I mean, Leo. Meditate under the sun. It's like, wasn't there a reading a while back? Maybe go back and revisit this reading a couple months ago that was like, let the sun warm you, or like turn your face towards the warmth of the sun, something like that. It's like you meditating under the solar power of the sun. That solar eclipse in Cancer could really be something for you. Meditating under that solar power, which is your energy. It like reminds you of what it's like to feel warmed, to feel your spirit illuminated, to be in touch with solar power, which is your power, which is heart energy. To be reminded of what it feels like to have your heart warmed again. And it's like, oh, and that I think that introduces you to your power, to the seat of your power to take action on your own behalf. And that's what this is all about, really. What an energy, what a reading. I feel like I just need to leave the reading with this presence. Actually, it's all three. The angels on either side. That's what's here for you. That's what you need to see. Receive it. Okay. All right, my friend, I hope you found this helpful. If you would like a birthday reading or any kind of personal reading to dig deeper into how things are affecting you in your personal life and personal experience, get in touch. unseenhandshealing.com. Check my offerings. All patrons get 10% off. All right, my friends, take care. I'll talk to you soon.